So, can you see my slides?
Yes.
Yes. So, I'm Simrit Bangu, and welcome to the session. I'm a cognitive behavior hypnotherapist and a life coach. I help people to deal with their issues related to stress and anxiety that may be coming in the way of their well-being. And today I've got the agenda on relaxation, which is the core and the basis of our health. So the relaxation, we will talk a little bit about the benefits of relaxation, why is it important, and also a little bit about fear and anxiety, because they're connected. And I will guide you through a relaxation exercise so that by the end, around 3:30, you're very relaxed and hopefully taken a lot from this session. So without further ado, I'll go into a little bit about fear and anxiety, if that's okay. And then we'll talk about the benefits of relaxation. So let me just come back and stop sharing so you can see me. Okay. It's important to understand before we go into relaxation that brain is actually designed to keep us safe. And therefore we look for familiarity, we look for routine in a day, daily chores and daily routines. We like that. And when we are challenged or when we are faced by situations such as what we find ourselves now, like uncertain times, and if the brain is not trained to tolerate uncertainty, that it can trigger an emergency response. And how does that look like in our body and in our minds? Well, physical symptoms could be like sweaty palms, it could be heartbeat racing, it could be unable to think rationally, knot in the stomach, and many other physical symptoms. In terms of feelings, it could be anxiety, anxious feeling. And in terms of our thinking, we may be thinking excessively, worried, unable to think properly. So this could be the consequence of feeling threatened at some level. But the key here is to understand that emotions are a cue. They take our attention to the problem, which the brain wants you to solve or deal with. And in the past, if you just look back in your past, you may find that when you solve or deal with problems, the anxiety subsides. However, all problems don't have a solution, at least in the short term. So the focus needs to be shifted to how we're going to manage the problem, not really fixing it, in the short term at least. And when we say about managing the problem, we need to then think about what we can control and what is out of our control, and focus our attention on that. And more importantly, it would be who we choose to be. So what are our strengths? What are our values? So tapping into those facts about us. And this can be very empowering. So the fear can bring a lot of empowered feeling inside us and give us direction. However, if this is not managed very well, what we may find ourselves is in a situation where we are excessively thinking unhelpful thinking, where we are most of the time feeling very anxious. And we may engage in behaviors which is like reassurance seeking as one of the examples. And we can get caught up in that vicious cycle and find ourselves stuck emotionally in this cycle. And it's very important that we break the cycle to come out from feeling crippled to be empowered. How do we break the cycle? One of the techniques that we use is relaxation exercise. It forms core part of any coaching program or a therapy treatment. And therefore, I've chosen one for you today. So if you're with me so far, I'll go ahead and show you the another slide which talks about the benefits of relaxation. What does it do? Why is it that important, and how is it going to take us from feeling stuck to feeling emotionally free and taking us forward? So let me just get this going. And there we are. So we can see another slide here, which then talks about the benefits. So it not just helps us to cope with the symptoms of anxiety and stress, but it helps in the body, it helps us to calm down, gives us a feeling of security and safety. It helps us with sleep. It boosts our immune system, which is so important in the times that we are living now. And when the muscle tone, or I can say when we deeply relax, we also feel self-confident because we are more calmer in our brain. And when we are calm in our brain, we're able to think rationally and get our power back. We are able to creatively come up with solutions which we have in our hands, or what we can do about things. And also it has an impact on relationships, because if we can think positively and if we can feel positively, then we are able to relate better with others, and that strengthens the bonds. So it has a multitude of benefits, and it's a great starting point. So there we are with the relaxation exercise. Why is it important? And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to break this relaxation exercise that we're going to do into 3 parts. The first part would be just deep muscle relaxation. So you actually start to feel at an emotional level slightly different. The second part is going to be more about tapping into the brain, because by the time you're relaxed physically, your brain gets calm, and it is a beautiful learning state, and it's very responsive to any suggestions that I give or you give to yourself. So I will take that opportunity and embed some positive suggestions about general well-being, nothing different to what I've just discussed before, and you obviously have full control and choice whether you want to accept the suggestions or not. And the third part is, if there is anything in your day that you feel you get irritated or you want to deal with it differently, but unfortunately you're very reactive due to many different reasons and are unable to deal with it in the most best way, and you know that at an intellectual level, but you want some technique or something that you can change those responses and bring more harmony within yourself and in the environment. So what I'll do is the last part, when you're quite relaxed and in the flow, I will ask you to bring forth that particular mildly anxiety-producing situation, and we will face it, you will face it, with that feeling of calmness. And it'll be very interesting to watch that you may change your response, or how you deal with it may be very different with that feeling of calmness and relaxation. And when you mentally, repeatedly rehearse that the way you want to be, and I will assist you with some powerful affirmations, you will be very surprised that in your real life, when that situation happens, you start to come up with a different response, thereby impacting the outcome, a desired outcome that you wanted. You can now make it happen. It's a very powerful technique, and it's very empowering as well. So if that's all okay, we can go into the relaxation exercise. And a couple of things before that. You may find that your mind wanders, and it's absolutely normal. That's what the mind is designed to do. And we are here to train our mind to relax in the most challenging situations, so you can actually deal with anything that comes your way in the most effective way, feeling more in control, more empowered. So what I would say is, thoughts only have power over you when you give it your attention. But the moment you don't give attention and just acknowledge that it's just a thought which is telling you, perhaps I'm doing this right, maybe I'm not doing this exercise right, it's just I'm supposed to feel like this, These are all thoughts. Acknowledge it and gently bring yourself back to the exercise and follow my voice and instructions. As long as you follow the instructions, you're bound to feel very relaxed. And whatever feeling you're getting, that's the feeling that it's supposed to be. And with practice, you will be able to deepen that feeling as time goes along. So if you're ready, we'll start now. Just make yourself comfortable. If you want to have a sip of water, have a sip of water. Because next 20 minutes, we're going to be just sitting down and just relaxing our muscles to the deepest level possible. So while I get ready, just put your feet flat on the floor, hands on your lap, close your eyes, and just listen to my voice and relax. The secret to deep relaxation is passive attention. You will find that you can relax surprisingly deeply simply by patiently focusing on the idea of letting go. Don't try too hard. You cannot force yourself to relax, just as you cannot force yourself to fall asleep. So be relaxed about relaxation. Allow yourself to enjoy the feeling of relaxation in a passive, almost indifferent way. If your mind wanders a bit, that's normal. It really doesn't matter. Just acknowledge the fact and gently bring back your attention to the process. Do not force yourself to concentrate or blot out distractions from your mind. Instead, assume an attitude of passive indifference. Allow yourself to acknowledge any sensations in your body, any sound you hear, any thoughts that enter your mind. Accept them, and then move on and forget about them. Some people like to imagine that any sounds from around the room or sensations in the body simply help them to go even deeper into this therapeutic relaxation. In a moment, you're going to begin increasing your level of relaxation by taking a few deep breaths. Focus on the idea of using each breath to relax more deeply. With each release of breath, you'll find it easier and easier to let go completely and turn loose and limp. Now let's begin. So take your first deep breath. Fill your lungs all the way up. Hold your breath for a few seconds. And exhale slowly. Relax now. Send a huge wave of relaxation through your body and turn completely limp and loose. Rest and do nothing. Now, second deep breath in. Fill your lungs even deeper again. Hold your breath and relax. Exhale slowly and send a huge wave of relaxation through your body and turn completely limp and loose. Rest and do nothing. Let go entirely. All at once. Allow your whole body to turn limp and loose. Good. Now rest your attention way down on the soles of your feet. You're going to relax a few levels deeper, systematically going through each part of your body in turn. Begin by imagining that a warm glow is spreading over the soles of your feet. If you like, you can give it a color of your choice. And now imagine that feeling spreading over your feet and dissolving last ounce of tension from the muscles of the feet. And now flowing all the way up to the ankles, into the lower leg, into your calves, shins, and send that feeling into the knees. Let the knees relax completely, as though the muscles are turning into jelly. That's it. Now imagine that feeling rising up through the thighs and into the hips. Imagine your right leg relaxing completely. And now imagine your left leg relaxing completely. Relax both legs completely at once. Over and over again. Letting go of every last ounce of tension in both legs. Now imagine that feeling spreading up into the abdomen, into the waist, up through the trunk of the body, and now imagine that feeling spreading into the chest and shoulders, filling the whole trunk of the body. And imagine that relaxation feeling entering your internal organs, deep inside your internal organs. Allow that to happen. Now send that feeling up into the neck and shoulders. And feel that color spreading over the shoulders and down into the arms. And let those arms turn loose and limp, heavy and limp, completely limp and heavy. Right down to the very tips of your fingers. And now for a moment, rest your attention on the trunk of the body and the natural movements of your breathing cycle. Continue to relax the body so deeply that you can feel your breathing changing all on its own, becoming more shallow and more gentle. Let your breathing find its own rhythm and pattern. Let the body do the breathing for you, all on its own. And let go of that breathing now and let it find a natural rhythm and melody. Notice that the more passive you become towards the breathing, the more you let go. The more shallow, steady, and peaceful the breathing tends to become. Deep muscle relaxation causes the heart rate to become peaceful, slow, and steady, and the blood pressure to lower. And when the muscles are relaxed, the body is resting and uses less energy. And when the body is using less energy, it requires less oxygen. So the breathing will tend to become more shallow, gentle, and slow. And now imagine that sense of relaxation spreading from the base of the spine all the way up through each segment of the backbone in turn, right up into the nape of the neck. And let that sensation flow over the back of your head, over the scalp, and down over the forehead. Relax all the muscles in the eyes and around the eyes. Let the feeling spread into the cheeks and down into the jaw. Send that relaxation feeling into the mouth. Soften all the muscles in the mouth. And let the tongue rest broad, flat, heavy, and silent, right down on the floor of the mouth. And relax right into the root of the tongue. Let go completely. Now let that feeling fill the eyes and flow over the eyes. And notice that as you relax the eyes very deeply, you may feel the gaze turn inwards, or maybe the eyes drift ever so slightly up and back under the lid. Relax all the muscles of the face completely and let them droop, soften and sag into a completely relaxed expression. Notice how that feels. Maybe the facial expression feels vacant, empty, or maybe it feels more peaceful. Whatever it is, it's normal. Now you're already relaxing your body, and in a moment I'm going to help you to relax a few stages deeper. I will repeat a series of simple suggestions. Listen passively and allow yourself to respond to the words. Beginning now. Your whole body is becoming heavy and warm. Your whole body is becoming heavy and warm. The whole body is heavy and warm. Your right leg is becoming heavy and warm. Your right leg is becoming heavy and warm. Your right leg is heavy and warm. Your left leg is becoming heavy and warm. Your left leg is becoming heavy and warm. Your left leg is heavy and warm. Both of your legs are becoming heavy and warm. Both of your legs are becoming heavy and warm. And both of your legs are heavy and warm. Your right arm is becoming heavy and warm. Your right arm is becoming heavy and warm. Your right arm is heavy and warm. Your left arm is becoming heavy and warm. Your left arm is becoming heavy and warm. Your left arm is heavy and warm. Both of your arms are becoming heavy and warm. Both of your arms are becoming heavy and warm. And both arms are now heavy and warm. And your whole body is becoming heavy and warm. Your whole body is becoming heavy and warm. Your whole body is now heavy and warm. The more the body relaxes, the more the brain and central nervous system relax. Your nerves grow calm and silent, and your neurology switches down a gear or two. The activity of your brain becomes more balanced, even and symmetrical, and the brain waves slow down significantly. Your body is now entering a rest and digest state. When the brain is relaxing, the mind is peaceful and calm. You may feel as if you're dreaming or half asleep, or you may be just gently relaxed. You may remember some trivial things that you may have thought you've forgotten, or you may even be creatively inspired at this stage. These are all good signs and a typical experience of deep relaxation. In a moment, I'm going to begin repeating a positive affirmation. Listen to the words. I'm now growing more calm, relaxed, and peaceful. As I speak, begin silently repeating the words along with me in your mind. And imagine what it would feel like to 100% believe in the truth of this positive affirmation. Focus on the feeling. If you like, imagine that you're in a situation where you would like to feel more calm, more relaxed. So put yourself there in your mind's eye as if it's happening right now, and mentally rehearse your affirmation, beginning now. I'm now growing more calm, relaxed, and peaceful. I am now growing more calm, relaxed, and peaceful. I am now growing more calm, relaxed, and peaceful. I am now growing more calm, relaxed, and peaceful. I am now growing more calm, relaxed, and peaceful. Keep those ideas in mind and allow yourself to remain calm and relaxed as you gradually begin to think about the room around you and the future ahead of you. Stay with these feelings with your eyes closed for a moment. In a moment, I'm going to begin counting from 1 to 5. With each number I count, you're emerging from a wonderful experience of deep therapeutic relaxation. Beginning now. On the count of 1, from the tips of your toes all the way up to the top of your head, you feel calm, relaxed, and confident. You feel good. On the count of 2, as you begin to breathe more deeply, with every breath that you now take, you imagine you're breathing more calm, relaxation, and confidence into your body. On the count of 3, your mind is calm, relaxed, and confident. Your thinking is powerful, positive, solution-focused, and self-aware. On the count of 4, your eyes beam with calm, relaxation, and confidence that you now project to other people. Your eyes want to move. They want to flutter and open and look around the room. And on the count of 5, opening your eyes as you take a deep breath and stretch and begin moving your arms and your legs and taking these positive feelings into your future, into your life.
Wow, that was really, really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it went to a stage that it did felt like kind of floating within being asleep and not being asleep. So it was kind of like
that was the idea. Well, I hope it's all worked, even in this through the screens.
Thank you. Great. We have thank you, Sima, for that. But anyone who has questions, let's see if anyone has some questions. Power saying it was wonderful. Thank you. Very relaxing. We all needed that on a Monday. Although, you know, during isolation, a Monday is a Monday. So homeschooling is there, and, you know, restarting a week is restarting a week. Any questions, anyone? I'll ask a question. From when you started the session, you started talking about how we all needed to, in a way, adjust to the new way of living, and
yes,
and you know, and each one of us kind of like there will be a new adjustment going on, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, going back. Do you see people having similar anxieties, leaving that what became whatever safe, although crazy safe place, becoming staying at home and staying in isolation, now going back and actually being with people, going back to work? Do you anticipate any anxieties on that kind of returning to life?
Yeah, I think at the moment it's more about seeing people who have difficulty with the social aspect, because that's not there, especially the ones who are staying alone. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing there. So even when we go back, it's going to be a phased return, which is good, because any treatment we do, we always do it phased. Mm-hmm. So even if we have a phobia of something, we always go gradually. So it helps us to climatize better. So in a way, with the whole thing that is going, even when we are going in, it's going to be phased return. So it's not going to be, either way, it's not going to be too heavy on us. So the ones who want to go will have a little bit of a fresh air, and those who have been and quite liked it and are now feeling, oh my God, which was a great question, will also have that like a bridge. So it would be easier with some support, of course. But yeah, no, I think it is, we're designed to be interactive at some level, if not too much. So it's probably more welcomed.
Hopefully there won't be other traumas of like,
that
would be an interesting way. There is another question. Scanning the body, is one of the aims of the scan is connecting with the subsequent?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So when you scan the body, is one of the
Scan the body.
scanning the body is connecting with the subconscious, or is it? So what is the aim of scanning the body?
So when we scan the body, we are creating focus. So when we are focused, we can use, instead of focusing on other things outside, we are using our body to create that focus. So you can anchor yourself on breathing, or you can start scanning your body, which then focuses, brings our chatter mind, or brings our mind that is lovely, that wants to distract like a monkey mind, to channel that into one thing. And because we have the body all the time with us, we can do this anytime and channel that energy into that one single point, so that it comes and becomes quiet. And when it becomes quiet, our mind, through the body, we're using our body to quieten our mind because they're connected. That's the beautiful state when the brain is ready to learn. And then we can put any suggestions we want. So if you want to feel calm, if you want to feel empowered, whatever we want, what resonates with us, that's the point. When we start to calm down, but when the body calms down, the brain calms down. And the scanning is a process to calm the brain down. So then we can use it to our advantage rather than it using us and taking us in all directions. So, yeah.
Thank you. Hopefully that answered the question. Any other questions? Can you do such a meditation on your own, or do you have to listen to a guided one? Because there is some points there that you told us when the arms is now relaxed, or so is it something that needs to be guided?
No. If you listen to this recording a few times, you can pick up only the first two parts. So if you can pick up the breathing part. So we are channeling our distracted mind into a breathing. And that could be the sort of a road, there's that portal going into another world. So the breathing could be the first part, and then just do your body scan the way I did it. You can use your own method, pretty much same if it is, and then you can just be anywhere, and you can use those two to calm yourself down. And once you're calm, that's the time you're going to say, choose what I want to be now, rather than my mind telling me what I want to. I will give directions to the mind, what road I want to take, how I want to feel, and that's when it takes it on. I just have to repeat it and feel it. When you say something, the feeling is very important, because it codes the memory. So that's important. So that is, yeah, absolutely. And it's called self-hypnosis, actually. So what we did was, you can call it meditation, you can call it visualization, you can call it self-hypnosis. You have the key all the time with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We don't have any more questions, but that was an absolutely fascinating session. And we hope to host you again soon. And thank you everyone who joined us. We have a rich program for May, and keep on registering and joining us. And we will be here, either Aisha from Par London or myself, to host a lovely therapist and support everyone in their health and well-being. Thanks. Have a lovely day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.